Whatever it takes to get a sponsorship. I don't give a shit. But I want to know what happens to people that make their whole career off of I'm big, nothing's wrong with me, accept me, and then they go off and just realize like, oh shit, I can die.
Oh, and then when they doctor tell them like, oh, you ain't got much time left.
Yeah.
And then they lose weight and then they just pretend that they never did any of that. Right? Monique was on that. Let's see, who else? Oprah, same way. Act like it never happened.
Yeah.
Lizzo gonna be the same way.
She gonna be the same way.
Yeah.
And it's tough to watch.
And I'm gonna be the same way. I'm gonna be like,
I can't stand you.
It never happened. That was never fat.
I love Lizzo, man. You gotta you just can't go to the Lakers game with your ass out no more.
But again though, that's that
look at me.
I'm trying to show you that I got this confidence about myself.
But that ain't even coming. That's nasty.
Yeah, that wasn't.
That's not even, and it's not because of your size. Like that's nasty. You putting your booty on, you putting your bare ass on courtside seats. They don't wipe them things off.
Nah, they can't wipe every seat off.
No. What?
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
You have to wipe your seat down.
Yeah, and that's nasty. And this girl who's trying to fit in the SUV, the big girl, the rapper. I hate when that's racism. That's racist. We're gonna talk about a lot of racism today. Y'all trying to make us think she a rapper. Like the world loves doing that, telling us certain people is rappers, even though she raps. Right now we find out they making sure we know she rap. But like it's like when Jay-Z goes up and do something, they be like rapper Jay-Z, and it's like that's such a small part of my life.
You can never do anything else as a person of color in general. I mean, it happens to everybody. I mean, it even happened to what's the young lady name? I don't even know if she's actually Muslim. That we know her for porn. Mia Khalifa.
Mia Khalifa? Who only did porn for 6 months?
Yeah, like however long, 3 months, 90 days. It gets shorter every time she talks. Right? Like it was a 2-week period of my life. But if you're a person of color, right, you're always going to be known for the worst thing. But when you look at, anybody else, right, like, we don't say Donald Trump is, the reality TV guy, right, the apprentice, right? It's like, no, businessman Donald Trump. Yeah. So it's like, again, that's how it is in this country. And I think we spend way too much time fighting the reality of it, right? Like we keep wishing that I want it to be, and it's like it's never going to be their way because they don't want to give you that.
Nah, they don't. Mia Khalifa, I've never seen one of your videos.
I've never seen one of her videos either. Yeah,
and I'm not proud of it. Now, you know what it is? This sounds so crazy. How you gonna have morals in that field? Me against those people, but the way she acts offline, off camera, it turns me off on her.
But also, how sometimes a basketball player arrives in the wrong era, like he's a little too early, like Jonathan Bender, a little bit too early, right? Rashad Lewis, a little bit too early.
Absolutely.
Abdul Rahim,
too early.
Sharif, like their game fits now, but it didn't really fit then, right? And it's like, I think Mia Khalifa, she hit at the wrong time.
She did. Well, she learned. They learned her.
Yeah, like she hit at the wrong time. Like if she would have came like in the OnlyFans era, she would have took off and crushed it. Nobody would have saw her as being like, this rinky-dink porn star.
Well,
she was in the wrong era, man.
Well, her culture learned her. For those who do not know, she did a video in a hijab. Yeah. And her family back home over there, I
don't even know that's a real story, man.
Well, she made it real.
Yeah, she says it's real,
and I believe it. Well, certain Christians.
Have you ever watched hijab porn?
No, I'm not. I don't play with religion. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. Law and Order. Y'all favorite thing is Law and Order always make Christians seem crazy on their show. Yeah. They make Jewish people seem extreme. Yeah. And the Muslims there make them seem like they just kill anybody, right? Yeah. I don't play those games because in real life, we don't play with Jewish people. We make Christians seem just the most craziest people ever. And in Muslims, like you get told this is how Muslim people are or Islamic is. And then as you start to meet more people,
most Muslims are just like most Christians.
Absolutely.
And even be more fair. Even most Jewish people are like most Christians. Like
absolutely.
Everybody's normal, but it's like you have these fringes that are absolutely ridiculous. Like, I mean,
Absolutely.
I know a good amount of Muslim people, and
Yeah.
they're just like
They
us.
just like anybody else.
They're just
but
like
see,
us.
like, I don't, when it comes to like that, I don't play them games. I don't play with nobody else's religion. Whatever you believe, if that's what you believe, it makes you a better person. Cool on that. I ain't got to agree with you. We ain't got to have no deep conversation.
This is what I love about this pod, man. We can start with porn stars and then end up at religion. That is range.
Well, Mia, you playing with a dangerous game. So I believe that. And over here, it's like, oh my gosh, I forgot. I meant to send you the video, but we've seen this plenty of times. It was a black chick over there in Dubai, and she was going off.
Oh, she was in Pakistan first.
Yeah.
So she was in Pakistan, and then so they haven't heard from her since she landed in Dubai.
Well, I bet she haven't.
Right, because they were like, so her brother supposedly did say she is messed up in the head, like she is like crazy for real.
Oh, okay,
because like when I was growing up, people that was a little bit off touch, as we used to call them, like because they didn't have asylums, but you would know if somebody was collecting the check, basically, right?
Absolutely.
And it was like, all right, they weren't just allowed to hop on planes, get their passport, and go to Pakistan. Like it was like, hey, where you going? Go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
All right, you got 45 minutes. Yeah. And then I'm coming to get you. Because they knew that if you spent too much time out, like, man, I had family members that, was collecting checks, bro. And it was like, there's no way in the heck they would ever end up in Pakistan.
Bro. And so, like, I was just laughing. I'm like, y'all gonna keep going to these foreign countries and they gonna learn y'all.
Dubai will lock you up if you post something crazy on social media and you're in Dubai.
Yeah, that's
like
never going
they will don't go over there and start complaining on social media. You will get met at the airport if it takes that long.
So I just laugh. I got a text. We can get your business $9 million. Okay. I'm never gonna see that money. My credit be all jacked up.
Yeah, it will.
I was mad, man. I had my credit score fell like 40 points.
You must pay the credit card off.
Bro, I called them people up so quick. I said, hey, why y'all close this account? I was like, I got the letter.
Yeah.
She said, sir, we sent that letter a year and a half ago. You ain't used that card. It was like 25 grand.
Oh, man.
Just
yeah.
gone. I was so mad. And then Karina hit me up. I was like, hey, my credit score went down.
Yeah.
Because I was a nice guy. When we first got together, she hadn't changed her name yet. So, but I put her as an authorized user on my card. When the card came in, I threw that shit away. So
yeah. That's why you didn't use it.
Yeah.
But you do got to use it like once a year. Though.
Once a year.
You do have to use your card.
I learned. They learned me. It's all good.
Yeah, I had one close out and it like knocked me down some points.
Bro, you be scared. All right, hold on.
Dramatic.
Let's do this.
Why after such a dramatic event that happened to Jews, okay, with the intentions of wanting to eliminate every single Jew on the face of the planet, right? This is what Hitler's vision was, right? Why is it years later, after a crisis like that, what values and principles helped Jews pretty much own Hollywood, do well in business, do well in life?
Oh, I'll tell you. I have the answer
Go
for
for
you.
it, yeah.
They didn't see themselves as victims. It is the most paralyzing thing in black life, what the left is doing to blacks. The left hates you blacks. Just you. No, they don't hate you. They have contempt for you. Telling you you're a victim is paralyzing. Jews did not walk around thinking they're victims even after the Holocaust.
Why not?
Because they knew it is completely self-destructive.
How did they know?
I don't know. It's a great... well, maybe because of the Jewish tradition has always been, we take responsibility for our own suffering.
So why wouldn't the media try to target the Jews to make them feel victims? How come they didn't succeed with Jews?
The media doesn't have contempt for Jews. It has contempt for blacks.
Why not, though? Why not?
Because the left has contempt for blacks. Because they use them. They don't use Jews.
Why? Why can't they use Jews? If they can use any sect, they would do it. So why can't they use Jews?
Well, Jews are disproportionately on the left. I mean, there's no way around it. So in effect, there's no need to keep.
They already have them in a sense.
So this is Prager on. Oh gosh, whose podcast is this? Who podcast?
Homeboy, who be interviewing everybody?
Is it?
What's his name?
All right, with Denis Prager. Everybody, if you don't, you probably know Denis Prager. That was the guy that was talking was Denis Prager from PragerU, All the Money Behind Candace Owens, everywhere else. I hate that I can't tell you whose pod this is because that's actually a pretty good pod. I like that tribute, where we getting it from. But this idea,
go ahead.
This idea, I hate this, why do blacks feel like they're victims and why do Jews not feel like they're victims? All right, let's be like real honest about something up front, right? For one, most Jewish people, you have no idea they're Jewish until they made it. right? You have no idea. You think that they're just a regular Euro-American, and then once they make it, it's like, oh yeah, no, my real name is Steen or Stein or Berg, right? It's like, oh yeah, and it's like, well, why did you change your name if it wasn't a big deal, right? So don't tell me that you don't see yourself as a victim when you do that, right? First off. Second off,
sorry, go ahead.
One of the biggest difference between like how blacks see themselves and how Jewish people see themselves, and I'm just responding to Denis Prager. I'm not talking about Jewish people that have honestly been allies of blacks more so than anybody else from Europe. But the second thing is they're not black. Like that's the biggest thing. Like if you see them and they don't tell you who they are, they have the complexion for protection.
Yeah.
As a black person in this country, you do not have the complexion for protection. It's like the per capita argument when they be like, oh, blacks, lead, in murder. It's like, well, you realize that like half murders go unsolved.
Absolutely.
So, like we don't know if blacks are committing half the murders. Those whole other half of murders could be someone that's not black.
Absolutely. But y'all ain't gonna
y'all not gonna listen to that. So it's like, I don't think that blacks have ever seen themselves as a victim. I just think blacks have never been assertive enough to say, hey, I need you to give me what you owe me and I need you to stay out my way.
Absolutely. I think that's where it comes down to right there. It's like, it's not like the world has been like, all right, let's undo a wrong or let's correct a wrong or let's fix a wrong. It's just kind of been like, hey, you wasn't around when that happened, so it's all good. And it's just like, it's disgusting to think about. And let's go back to your original statement. I just love how we get pulled in the shit when we just talking about somebody else. You
were talking about somebody else and you're like, yo, let me just pull in the Negroes. And it's low hanging fruit, right? Because Negroes for the most part has really never defended themselves in mass.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not to say we've allowed people to run over us, because we didn't. Like, even when they talk about stories from the civil rights era, deacons of defense was a thing. Blacks having to leave because they defended someone real well and having to move up north, that was a thing. So we never was these victims that everyone tried to make you out to be. But when you remove, productive black men from the head of productive black communities, everybody else is going to come in there and just be like, oh, y'all poor people, you're so weak. What can we do for you? And then we're like, all right, well, how about you give us reparations? Well, what else can we do for you?
Absolutely.
Well, okay, how about you stop mass incarceration? What else can we do for you?
We can give you weed.
Yeah, we give you. Hey, how about we make weed legal? Oh, how about you just decriminalize it and then I can keep selling it and still making money?
No.
Well, what else can we do for you? Okay, well, all right, how about I can open up my own weed store? Cool, we could do that for you. Do you have a $1 million bond? You're gonna need to put $100,000 up cash liquid. Oh, you got $100,000 cash liquid? Well, where did that come from?
Absolutely.
Okay, officer. It's like y'all are so disingenuous when you're like, yo, we're so inclusive of African Americans in this country. Like, you're not at all.
Not at all. They was kicking, we're going to get to the All-Star later. They was kicking Spike Lee back in because he wore that jacket that says, we want our 40 acres and a mule. Yeah. And they was just like, wasn't you just bashing black people for not voting for Kamala like she was going to give us that shit? But I'm going to let that go. Spike, let me tell you, I went to that block party. You was going in about black people need to vote for her. It was cool to see, but it's cringy now. A lot of stuff that happened in that election is cringy.
Man, and low key, Pastor Mike Will kind of told y'all, kind of saw it coming, man. It was just like, I mean, again.
It's cringy.
It is cringy. Look, I'll be early on some stuff. Look, let me tell you something. If you disagree with me, I'm just early. All right? Just
might
early.
Be wrong. Might be wrong a lot, but we let him.
I'll just be early, man. We get there though. We get there.
Look, I want to welcome everybody to episode 170. I do have it correct on the board today. Shout out to NoGrease. I sponsor the people that make sure this pod keeps rolling. I love on the comments when y'all be like, yo, nobody cares about y'all opinions. Nobody's paying y'all to talk. And I get the right back. Yes, they are. Shout out to NoGrease for continuing to pay us to talk.
Big ups. Love you.
Absolutely. And Ed, I will not be going to your competition in the mall to get a check. I went by there. Can't align this pod with that business. They had a nigga in there. He was a barber, bro. He was asleep. Yes, and it's like you in the mall, so people are walking by. Like it wasn't uncommon when we used to go to like the standalone barbershops. You go in there and like the old head in there, sleep or whatever.
The hood barbershop.
Yeah, it ain't. And that was a time.
Yeah,
I miss the old school barbershop. You go in there, somebody eating, You know what I'm saying? Everybody just yelling and talking. And then, but now it's like barbershops have gotten way more professional. And you in the mall. And so when I go in the mall and I see you over there asleep, I'm kind of like, yo, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is going on? But shout out to NoGrease. I don't even know the other barber to like shout them out. But whatever, man. Look, the Active Dads community of Charlotte. If you are in Charlotte, North Carolina, this Saturday, hold on, don't get me lying. And that was the Valuetainment podcast.
Valuetainment, yes.
Yeah. See, I told you I'd look it up for you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I always try to look out. This week, Libraries and Lunch with Active Dads. It is Saturday, February from 12 to 2. It's at the Library and University. Please look them up. They go on, everybody bring their kids out. Everybody going to read. It's going to be a dope time. Ladies, if you're looking for a single father, you might want to show up there.
Yeah, stop going to these single mixers and just go to any event that we're saying is going to have Active Dads there.
Absolutely.
If you want to date a man with kids. If you don't want to date a man with kids, don't go.
Then clearly.
Yeah, don't go.
Yeah. Hey, please don't go there. Shout out to my boy. I would bring up, I can't say his name, but because I got to get more information. And plus, I ain't going to mention it. But the point is, shout out to one of my boys. He's showing us, like, he works for a company, and his company, they're like in a group chat, right? And so I'm saying that because, one of his coworkers was talking to him. And his coworker is an older white guy. And he's a man of color. And that shit pissed me off so bad. I almost thought the dude was talking to me.
No.
And like, the dude is under him, but the dude is older than him.
Yeah.
And he was talking down to him. And homeboy was just like, he wrote the guy. He was like, it's just like, he wrote him and he was like, hey, I have the authority to do what you're asking. And the dude was like, well, that's interesting. And he just talking to him crazy. And it made me, it made me realize, like, white people get some shit off. And it was funny because he was talking to his boss today, and his boss was like, you just need to give him grace. And I'm like, we always giving white men grace in weird ass situations.
Yeah.
And protecting them.
Well, I mean, bro, that's sort of where we are in this country now, right?
Absolutely.
Me and you, we talked about briefly about Elon retweeting, where he obviously could not tell that the data set, I mean, look, I'm not even in databases or database engineering, and I could tell it was a data set.
Absolutely.
Common sense would tell you that there's nobody 150 years old, right? So, like the smart thing would have been to say, hey, who's over this? Can you get Johnny in here? Hey,
Absolutely.
Johnny, what is this chart to? Man, I don't know. Okay, who would know? Man, Billy would know. Hey, get Billy in here, right? And find out what it actually is before you retweet and be like, hey, you're paying Social Security to people that's 150 years old. Like, bro, people don't even live to 150 years old. How would that even be possible?
Something's wrong with Elon, though.
Yeah,
I think we're figuring that out.
One of the things I think we're figuring out is he's a hard worker, and we can't take that from him. I think he busts his ass. But the genius, brilliance that I think we believed that existed, I think we're finding out that do not exist. And I think that's like the dirty little secret of what's going on right now in the United States is when they say DEI, like I literally muted the word like 2 weeks ago. I had to mute it.
Oh, that's what you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love asking people like, what have you been muting?
Yeah, I had to mute DEI because it's being misused. Because the truth of the matter is, it's not that they really care about DEI, right? They talk about this the plane that crashed in Toronto, right? And everybody's like, oh, must be a black woman's pilot, and it's like, like the field of pilots, it's like 90% white men.
Absolutely.
Right. So what you want to get rid of is not that you want to get rid of DEI. What you want is, I want it to just be mine.
Yeah, 99 white men.
Yeah, I want is that, but that's the truth though, right? I want it to just be mine, because anytime you show up, right, you're like, all right, this person actually is qualified to be here. I know somebody. Mm-hmm. And that is intimidating. That is intimidating when you've been told your whole life that you're brilliant. Like, I think Elon's been told his whole life that he was brilliant. I thought he was brilliant. The dude has ruined his credibility himself,
bro,
being on social media.
Yeah, and shout out to Trump getting to be the celebrity he want to be.
Oh, look, Trump is having a ball. I told y'all not gonna get me to hate this guy this time around. I don't care what he does, because we clearly fixed the problem and everybody came right back to it.
Bro.
So he's having a ball.
My man was at the 500 rolling around in a tinted car waving. I said, this nigga is amazing.
Rolling around in the beast around the track at the Daytona 500. Showed up, shook hands, kissed babies, rode around the track, loaded it back on the airplane. Y'all talking about y'all trying to save money. I know that was $10 million wasted.
Absolutely.
And went right back to DC. He's flying on the nicest jet in the world. He can eat where he wants to. The guy's having a ball. And you know what? Y'all voted for him. Even if you listen to this pod right now, you're like, yo, I didn't vote for him. If you didn't vote, you voted for him.
Yeah.
Right? If you didn't hold Democrats accountable to be like, hey, don't put Kamala up here. This should be someone else.
Well,
you voted for her. You voted for him. You did.
Kamala, I want to know where you at. I do want to know what she did.
Somewhere drinking wine, relaxing.
With her man?
Yeah, with her man.
I want to know.
Her man.
Before we go to the next segment, let me tell y'all something. We do not claim on this podcast, you might not know. We do not claim nothing on this podcast is facts. This is all opinion. And if you DM us trying to talk that law shit, I'm in a group chat with too many lawyers. I will put your whole message in there and follow their legal advice. I say that to say somebody hit us up trying to shake us down to remove content. And they got a...
Who tried to shake us down?
Homegirl who we asked was she petty with her man. She didn't like it.
She petty with her
petty
man.
Because he going to the photo conference. He going to... She tried to... she said we was defaming her.
We didn't defame her. That was all the things that she was going to do, right?
When I sent it to my lawyer friends, they laughed. I'm going to say it like that. They said, well, is she a model? I said, yeah. It was like, is she going out there? I said, she's promoting she is. They were like, did she used to be married to old dude? They was like, yeah. They said, that's the only facts that you guys said.
Yeah, we even
said, yeah.
We even said she was attractive.
Oh, they don't never hear that. When they get mad at you, I literally wanted to write her and be like, yo, you know we called you beautiful 10 times.
Yeah, go back and listen again.
Absolutely. Everybody keep calling me during this damn podcast, man. But yeah, that was funny. So I'm saying out of to say, if you got a problem with what we got to say, go take it up with I don't know, Joe Rogan, Joe Budden.
No, take it up with yourself.
Academics. Absolutely. Hold on, let me get to this part. This is the part I wanted to get
become citizens. It was written into our founding documents for America's entire history. What this is an opportunity for a bunch of Jews and their America has become, which is tragic because it was never supposed to be this way. America was always supposed to be a white country, and it was until very recently. When America was founded, only whites could become citizens. It was written into our founding documents. For America's entire history, the population has hovered above or around at least 90% white. And all of this, of course, started to change rapidly after the Jewish-written 1965 Hart-Celler Immigration Act, which opened our borders to third world and non-white immigration.
You can stop it now. I just appreciate Stu Peters' mediocre ass reaffirming everything that we just said. Because I know a lot of times y'all be like, yo, y'all just be going too far. No one says this. Stu Peters is a former bounty hunter. That was his job prior to COVID. Then he went on this huge anti-vaccination COVID rant, and now he's a political commentator with over 1 million, 1.5 million followers now, right? Like if he sees this, you think the Eminem comment section was bad on YouTube? You don't even want it. Please don't even clip this. Let them find it, because that would probably get us shut down. Because they probably would just report over and over. They're like the worst kind of social media people, and it's like but that thought process, this is my country.
Yo, y'all stole it,
bruh.
They stole it.
Even if you say they conquered for it, right? The idea that it's just mine after you first off, you imported us.
Exactly.
We were good. We were good. Don't tell me that the continent was suffering when you came and coup d'etat the continent. Continent was fine. When the Black Plague was going all up and down Europe, like a marching band twice in a row, the African continent, it was literally the time frame of Mansa Musa. Bro. All right. The continent was fine, but when you took all of their brain power, when you created a brain drain, and me and Africans get into this all the time, because I'll be like, yo, your diaspora is where all your best and brightest went. I hate to tell you that, because every country that the diaspora went to is now a top 10 country in the world. Every country, literally, whether it's France, whether it's Brazil, whether it's United States, whether it's the UK, every place that they went, the Kingdom of Prussia, which is also known as Germany. Those are your top countries now, because that's where your intellectuals went. But this idea that supremacy reigns in this country. Like that is the whole Elon thing. That's the whole far right thing. I won't even say it's a Trump thing. I just think he's a grifter. I don't think he cares one way or another.
Pay me.
Yeah. Like I just think he's just a hustler. He's just a confidence man. But like the Elons, the guys like this that come up behind him, that is a problem in this country because what happens is this guy has a huge voice. A guy that's a literal bounty hunter has a huge voice and gets to speak to the world and the country as if he knows what he's talking about.
My favorite part is this is always supposed to be a white country. The country that you stole from one community had built by another community. You stole it from the natives. You had it built by blacks, and then you maintain it off of brown people is hilarious. But it was supposed to be white. Like, that's how we do. Like, when you think of it, think about that. And then think about, like, he gets to say this shit on his platform, and it's cool.
He gets to be monetized for it.
Bro.
We like, here, that's the crazy part. We would get so bad. And again, right, and it's like, when we say that there's an imbalance in this country, that becomes the imbalance, right? Because if I start talking about, like actual factual things, and I have no desire to hold court and battle races every day. I told you, 3 groups that I do not deal with at all on the
Races
internet.
On there?
Bigots.
Okay.
Yeah. Bigots is I do not like bigots on there. Like I have no desire because it's never a good faith argument. Like it's never a conversation where it's like, okay, well, let's try to find a happy medium. It is I'm going to gaslight the fuck out of you all the damn day until you actually give up. Right. And then I'm gonna say you assaulted me and get your shit canceled.
I love it, man. Yeah. It's so funny. What you do for V-Day? You didn't do nothing.
I didn't do nothing for Valentine's Day. It was just another day for me, man. I had my son.
And it was raining.
Yeah, I stayed home, man. Valentine's Day is not for men.
It's not.
It's just not for guys.
It was funny because I felt bad. So my wife got me like a little gift. And it was a heart-shaped box, right? And so everybody who knows me knows I love like jerky. Like I love Slim Jims and shit. So it was little hearts of beef jerky.
That's thoughtful.
It was. And they had like little notes on them or whatever.
Yeah.
Like one was like beef me.
Yeah.
They had like little sex like little things.
That's actually pretty thoughtful. I like that. It was
funny. And then she asked me to see my Explore page. She set me up.
No, it's Valentine's Day. This is my day.
I showed it to her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which was funny because she was just like, yo, you're just into titties, ain't you? And I was just like, because it's funny because I was listening.
How did you end up as a titties man?
I don't know. It's always been like that for me. Always. I don't know. I think, never mind. It's inappropriate. Her brother might listen. I let that go. Not my wife's brother, but this girl back in the day. But anyway.
You are definitely a boobs man.
Always been. And that's all my Explore page is. And then, so that was super funny. Also, so we didn't do nothing. We hung out. We, it's funny. I felt bad, but like me and my wife have been together for so long that it's just like Valentine's Day is one of them things where it's like, all right, we didn't been together too long, so we chilling out.
Let's take a break.
And before we got married, our dating anniversary was like the week before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So I was definitely broke by the time Valentine's Day came around, no matter what.
I hate Valentine's Day so much. I would prefer to just be nice all year and do nothing on Valentine's Day. Like
absolutely.
Like, like I said, when we was on the pod last week with the young ladies, I was like, I'm a lover boy, man. Like that's me. So it's like, when Valentine's Day comes, it's like, I don't really want, like, it's really nothing extra I could do.
Yeah, it is.
I can't go deeper.
I got no more.
You got what you got.
Laughing at you blocking DEI. You know what I've been starting to do? If you are a Drake Stan account, I've been blocking them left and right.
I don't blame you. You got to keep your peace on social media, man.
That because I don't see nothing else. I see the Stan. I only see Drake Stan stuff. And Drake album came out this past week. You listen?
I did. It took me a few days to get through it. I'm not gonna lie. And here's the thing: I had forgot it came out on Valentine's Day, but I was in the gym. And then I was trying to listen to it while I was working out, and then that just didn't work because all the songs just start going together in the beginning. So I was like, man, I can't even listen to it. So like, I hate when anybody makes albums and the songs blend together. I like when there's a flow. Okay. But when a song blends together, it drives me nuts. And it's not just rappers that do this. Coldplay, it's notorious for this.
Yeah.
But it's like, so I like when there is a theme, but it changes. One of the best albums I've ever heard put together was Snow Allegra, I think it was like 2018 album or whatever.
The black and white cover?
Yeah, the black and white cover album. And that's like one of the best albums I've ever seen, like put together from start to finish.
Yeah.
So all that to say, Drake album, it just blended together too much in the beginning. So I had to go back and listen to it. And here's the thing. I was excited because like, oh, you know, he's going to have great songs on here. And then I went through it and he had like 3. And I was just like, Drake, come on, bro.
I can't even tell y'all about the album because I only heard one song.
It was a throwaway. It's a throwaway album.
I love Drake, and I'm not calling you a Drake fan. I love Drake fans been doing like so the album comes out.
Yeah.
I kid you not. The album comes out. I'm I'm in the bed and it's 12:18 and I seen people calling it a classic. You saw, because I had retweeted. I had literally cropped a dude who was like, it feels like Drake is in the bedroom with me and my girl. And I was just like, this is the most disgusting thing ever. But I know like some people are being extreme. Some people just whatever. I think Drake got people on payroll where their whole job is just to tweet. And so I watched it. I was just like, yo, I'm not listening to this. And then I heard the Melissa Ford drop.
Yeah.
I heard about it in the Joe Budden group. So I'm like, all right, let me go listen to that. And I could just tell, you know, we're going to get to this in the All-Star. Remind me, we got to talk about Jello. But I'm listening to it, and it remind me of the Jello's remix because he put BG and Wayne on the remix to Tweakers, right?
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like Lil Wayne verse was super dope to me at first. And then I'm listening to Joe Budden and Parks, his engineer, talk about the verse. And they were just like, oh, the first 8 bars is throwaways. And I'm like, what is that? Like, why are y'all saying that? And then it was funny because one of the people on the pod was like, what do you mean? Joe was like, go listen to what he said.
Yeah.
Just listen and tell me if it's worth talking about. And I listened to that verse and I was like, now I hear it every time on the radio. I listen to what Wayne is saying and he's saying nothing.
Yeah.
And so I'm listening to the Drake song where he's going in, you know, waiting for the Melissa Ford and, you know, Dick Sucker line. And I'm just like, he ain't saying a damn thing. He just making words rhyme at this point. And I was just like, I'm not going back to
after the break on that song, he flew. It started slow.
Bro.
He flew after the break. It's actually, give me a hug, is actually one of the better songs on that
That's
album.
what I keep hearing. I keep hearing that.
It's like that one, Deeper, I Can See If You Like, if you're a Party fan. When He's Gone. Like, it has some songs on it, and then you're like, okay, this is a party album featuring Drake, and then Drake just took over the project.
That's what I heard.
Like,
I heard that as well.
You could tell, like, it really was a party, and then Drake just took over. Because, like, Drake is featured way more than party. And I think it was some experimentation in here. You know how a comedian, like, you can tell when they doing material.
Yeah,
like they try something that's not really funny.
Yeah.
I think Drake was trying things on here. The Padre, that is trash. The Nokia song, I didn't like it, but I know it's gonna go ham on TikTok.
Yeah, I heard it's supposed to be going ham on TikTok.
Yeah, I know it's gonna go ham. So it's like, you know, it was a little bit of like, I'm trying. Now, I'll tell you what I did get from this album. He is about to ruin all artist year. Like, I think this was just a tester to see what people like. And I think this summer, I think he's going to drop probably like back-to-back albums this summer.
Well, here's my thing. I don't think your label going to let you drop if you suing them. And I think he used Party to get around it.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be interesting. I did find it interesting that I was reading tweets because I'm telling you, I only heard Give Me a Hug. But he said he told Young Thug, nope, it's still up for everybody. Like, don't try to piece it up with me in future. It's up. I find that interesting. I also find it interesting the games. I do think they as in the label is playing games with him and his sales.
Oh yeah, on Spotify for sure. Like Spotify, the album, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I did go over there. It's like, yo, it is like mushed together, right? Like,
yeah,
and I don't really listen.
It's
to
on
Spotify.
my homepage. Yeah, I listen to Spotify and it's on my homepage, and I guess it's probably because like it's the first Drake album I just haven't played.
Yeah.
And so, but it's there. Every time I open up my thing, it's like, listen to it right now, like whatever. And I think Spotify trying to clean up because they know that, all right, we've been playing games and they catching on. I think Drake cutting his album in half as far as the pricing is interesting. I know what time it is because I've heard other artists talk about this. So Drake ain't the first artist this didn't happen to. So I think that's interesting. Now, Mel Ford, he called you a legend from the 6, and it sucks that you sitting next to a dick sucker. Melissa Ford, do not. You have already fell for it. Do not fall for it.
Oh, she already fell for it. But she had it looped. She was in her bikini.
She put it in her bio.
Around. Like, I mean, look, man. Somebody call you a legend. You know, I get it. It's exciting, but you guys do have to learn loyalty, right?
Absolutely.
One of these people are paid. Maybe Drake's paying her also. Maybe she's double dipping.
And when Joe finds that out, she's out of there. He gonna smoke her boots. Let me tell you this, Melissa Ford. I saw the alley as soon as I saw like on Twitter, and then this I know we allow pretty women to do corny shit for too long without saying something.
Well, yeah.
And Melissa Ford, it's that pretty privilege again. I love it for you, but this is that. And it's like one of them things like the constant posting about it. You've been here. Melissa Ford was famous before Drake and Joe Budden.
Exactly. Melissa Ford's been famous a long time.
She has. So the fact that, all right, you dated this dude.
Addicted to fame, bro.
You dated this dude. And this is once again Drake beefing with a dude and using a woman to like do the beefing. And I just think it's interesting. Also, Drake, I ain't listened to this album. I think it's over for you and Cardi. Sorry.
I don't think Cardi was making any more music, period, point blank, ever again anyway.
I think if Cardi had it her way, she wouldn't. I think her label was smart. Once that first album came out, they made her re-up, and I think they about to single us to death. And all these singles from Cardi have just been falling flat. We have, and I have to find the video, one of our reels is a beat from that Cardi song. I want to say it might be Enough. That beat was on YouTube, shopped around as like a free Cardi type beat.
Wow.
And I just remember that. And I remember because when the beat came out, I was like, this is one of the beats from my videos. And I say that just to say like, none of this stuff is like hitting for her. I feel bad for her because I like Cardi a lot, but it's only but so much you can rap with your coochie that we just like, all right, we good, sis.
And can we also check in on the fact that Cardi being with Stephon Diggs, that women don't really care about sharing men. They just don't want to share their man. Because Stephon Diggs definitely have quite a few women. And
Absolutely.
Cardi was, in the car. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they was on a date. I don't know. She might have been picking up her Bible. All right. So let's be clear.
No facts here. Only opinions.
Yeah, only opinions.
And she will sue.
Yeah, she will sue. She might have been getting her Bible out of the car. I do not know. But there was a video of her on the passenger side of the car with Stephon Diggs. So the assumption was that they were dating. And I was just like, yo, I'm pretty sure Stephon Diggs got if not a wife, perhaps a girlfriend, a serious girlfriend.
I don't know. I know. I was listening to some
He
podcast.
got a few baby mamas.
Well,
yeah,
who don't besides us?
Yeah, knock on wood, man.
Oh,
you're the only married man up here.
I ain't coming no more.
You're the only married man up here.
Look, you ain't gonna get me. And no, Lord, and no to the devil. I don't need to be tried.
Yeah, neither.
I am the guy who. I mean, don't try me with that either. But I would like to get my money the right way, a good way, and I want to use it appropriately.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I do want to be rich, but all the extra stuff, I don't want to be addicted to nothing. Don't try me with addiction.
Don't want to be addicted to anything.
Like, don't try me with nothing.
I got a baddie problem though. I ain't gonna lie. What
Yo,
what if you just say I love good girls,
but I love bad. I tried to tell Mike it's other great songs on that album. Mike was like, no, I got my song. I'm like, bro,
that's it.
Dang it.
That's my song right there, bro.
Yeah,
I played the heck out of that song last year.
Yeah, I saw you tweeting about some little skinny ass volleyball player, whatever she was. I don't know. She was too small for me.
I like them thin. Like I'm very, very thin, man. I like a thin woman.
Why?
It's just, man, it's something about a woman being in shape, bro.
Oh, let's piss you off right quick. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Let's piss you off. I love pissing you off.
My first 2 real relationships lasted 3, 4, 5 years each.
So this is Kofi.
So then, and then to fast forward, my life changed.
Is that what
so there was a different, I started working every day. Then there's the fame element and the abundance of people and exposure. And, I've just had different shifts and different seasons where it seems like sometimes monogamy feels like role play and it sometimes feels restrictive, so there's an element of it that feels performative. And I understand the tradition of it. I understand
Get your shit off.
He said it's performative.
He said it's restrictive.
And performative.
But he role playing if he got to do it.
Yeah.
I love this. I love this because as I get older as a man, you can see the game clearer than what it took.
Oh, for sure. Like when you're young, you're idealistic and you don't know. Then when you get older, but here's the thing: it's like if you get older and you're being honest with yourself, and that's what we don't really see a lot of. And we playing this clip for Kofi because he's saying that he's practicing ethical non-monogamy now. and this is what I hate for the brother, man. It's because Kofi he's dark skinned, so he probably had to deal with colorism growing up. He's 6'2", so he probably was skinny, and he tells you like, yo, for the majority of his life, right? He was in 2 relationships, right? He said 3 to 5 years.
Absolutely. That's 10 years.
So I'm assuming 8 to 10 years, right?
Absolutely.
He's only 30, right? So it's like, okay, he was that way until, I don't know, he was like, I guess we going from, let's say he started dating at like 15,
okay,
right? Got a serious girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right? So, 15 to 25 or 23.
Okay.
You pop in with NWA when it first dropped. So, I mean, when was that? That had to be damn near a decade ago.
Okay.
Maybe 2016, 2017.
Okay. Go ahead.
NWA. So it's like, Kofi, I need you to not sit here and try to say that monogamy is a blind spot and perhaps some people have it wrong. Because he even mentioned his parents and it was like, perhaps they had it wrong. Like, I need you to admit that, like, yo, like you said, you just started working every day. Your money got right. Mm-hmm. People started seeing you look good. You started getting your hair cut every day. And you just having too much fun with too many women that you never had access to.
Thank you. That's what we got to get.
Be honest, bro. Just be like, yo, man, like, bro, I ain't have it like that back in the day. I got it like this now. Like, yo, I got to run through some stuff. Like, just be honest. Don't be like, yo, I want to practice ethical non-monogamy. Just be like, yo, I just got my bag. I just got famous. I'm just starting to knock down 8.5 on the regular.
So it looked like Girls Trip came out 2017.
2017. So is that his first big one?
Straight Outta Compton was 2015.
So it'll be between that era then.
Yeah,
so we talking about 8 years basically.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, he probably just started, like I said, he just started working 22 to probably 24, whatever, He was making money. Like, I hate when men get here and be like, yo, we're down some philosophical road of, I don't know if I could just settle down. I don't know if I'm a one woman man, bro.
Where did he play in NWA? Who did he play?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
That was a good movie, but I can't remember who did what.
Yeah, I don't
but
remember.
I hate when brothers get here, man, and you try to make this seem like it's about the culture, bro. Just be honest. Just be like, yo, I am knocking down some baddies right now. No way in hell I'm settling down.
Well, what's happening is he trying to like sneak talk to his girl, like, hey sis, we ain't nowhere where to settling down where it's just you. Yeah. Sometimes, people speak to their girl in these interviews.
Yeah.
That got to stop in podcasting. Stop talking to your girl through.
And I get it, man. Like, bruh, one of the things that I clearly recognize is when the pod blows, which will probably be this year, right?
Better be.
Like part of the problem is going to be like, yo, like, now you got access again because you got money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you do? Do you have the discipline? And that's one of the things I'm like, man, I still have to have the discipline. Like, yeah, I got to settle down, bro.
Yeah,
it's more important things than just running through baddies.
The Lord is my savior. I'm telling you right now, I do not need the temptation. I don't want to be like Montoya. What's that his name? My man name? Montoya, put my boy. Look,
people don't even know the Montoya reference. That's trending on Twitter right now. It is hilarious.
Mike came on the podcast and was like, yo, I don't know if this Montoya thing is real. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know what the hell you talking about. Yeah. I was like, I don't know. Because I was like, all right, I gotta look it up. And then my group chat is going off while we're recording.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I don't know. I catch them later. Bro, as soon as you got done, they started sending me clips. If you not know, it's a reality show like overseas somewhere.
It's in Spain. It's the same reality show we watch here.
It's like Temptation
Island. Yeah,
and
just
so,
like in Spain.
So Montoya, right or wrong, do your girl got the right? All right, we'll say who was wrong. We'll do it like this. Montoya is, I guess what? It was like they had strippers over. Yeah. He smacked her on the butt.
He got a lap dance.
He got a lap dance. I guess he kissed her or something like that.
Yeah.
His girl the next day decides she wants to bone somebody.
Yeah. She gets
That's
screwed.
payback.
Yeah, she gets screwed.
She ain't just get screwed. He put her through the floor.
No, she was riding. It was just.
So she tried to put him through
the floor. She tried to put him through the floor.
Yeah, that gotta hurt. I don't like all that.
That fast stuff, man. I like real talk. I watched that. I was just like, oh, I was like, that's why African American men are like so sought after when we get over there because we have a much steadier stroke than that right there.
Well, some of the girls say that black dudes be rough though.
Yeah, but the vast majority of us, like, because here's the thing, our women have, I'll give our women some credit. Our women turn into great lovers. Like, black women love good sex.
Well, so, and then they'll teach you.
They will teach you. So our women have turned us into amazing lovers. And it's kind of renowned around the world. So when you travel out, they be like, okay, I need to run. I need to run to that.
Well, she put homeboy through the floor. Montoya ran across the beach.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I think Montoya is trying to get an acting role.
He deserved one. Some of these shows get Emmys for a reason.
Yeah.
He deserves one.
Montoya is a trip.
And the fact that the NFL players was like saying it, during the Super Bowl weekend, the NBA players were saying it, I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever.
But what was your question? Like,
who was wrong? Who was right?
Can your girl get your lick back like that? Any woman that wants to get her lick back is not a woman you date. Period. Point blank.
Yeah, and I don't know why Montoya kept playing because he got his lick back, and then she went and got it back again.
Yeah. So it's like, if a woman want to get a lick back, she's immature, man.
I love how everybody, somebody on Twitter was like, all right, she didn't got to lick back too much. Montoya got to he got to smash the host. And somebody comment was like, well, the host is a lesbian. He was like I said, he got to smash the host.
But I'm like, look, man, like, that doesn't affect women the way it affects us. Like, if you want to, like, if your girl cheats on you, bro, you just got to leave, man, and then just date a badder woman. Like, that's the only thing that makes women be like, I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Like you have to leave, right? Because as long as she has access to you, she's gonna keep doing things to poke and prod at you.
Absolutely.
So like, no, you have to cut access, and then you just get a better woman. And then when I say badder, I'm not even just talking about looks. Like, you get a woman that treats you way better.
Absolutely, that adores you.
Adores you, and they're like, that's your get back.
Women hate when women love men. We say that all the time. Some of that is your girl like showing that she loves the ground that you walk on, and then your ex seeing it like he ain't even all that.
He ain't even all that. He be like, yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
One of the reasons I would never bring any woman I date to social media ever.
Hey man, I love bringing my girl to social media
ever.
And then I love when y'all don't know that she's not white. That'd be pissing me off, but I probably shouldn't say that because then y'all gonna start doing it. But it's so buried deep in this podcast. Only Ben and Ryan gonna find it. Shout out to the We Talk Back podcast. We went on their show last week. Fun time. Shout out to the ladies. Be on the lookout. Check out their show. They did bring up, I love this part. They did bring up the fact of Mike talked about how no woman has ever met like your son. Mm-hmm. And I loved him bringing up like, how's your son going to like understand romance?
Yeah.
And I thought that was a dope thing. And, I thought it was dope because it got to, I was like, yo, like what I witnessed as my dad doing that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, this is an interesting thing. And what's crazy is I never really saw that from my mom towards my dad. And I always thought about like, how did that shape me growing up as a man? Like never seeing my mom show my dad that, right?
Yeah.
And then always seeing my dad do that towards my mom. And I just thought that was interesting, man. But
no, it is interesting. I mean, and again, right, you live with your parents, so your parents are going to shape you. I think sometimes y'all over traumatize yourself. You're like, oh, it's trauma. And it's just like, no, like who else is going to influence you? Trust me, you don't want to be influenced by the guy in the white van and the clown suit, right? It's going to be from your parents.
Yeah.
So it's like, and again, but I think also parents have to give their children permission. And when we didn't say this, because I know they were on a time constraint, so we didn't get to dive deep into it. But you also have to give your children permission to see your flaws and the things that you do that they don't like. Don't do those things.
Yeah.
Like, give your kids the permission to be better. You know what I'm saying? And to live their life in a manner that they see fit. So, yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
I would like my son to see, me married and taking care of a wife, but he'll be fine without it. Like, he has enough, he sees how I treat his mother. You know what I'm saying? Even when we not getting along, right?
Yeah.
He sees it because trust me, you get married, you're going to be living with somebody that you're not going to get along with.
Absolutely.
So, so it's like, he'll have permission to be, whatever type of husband that he wants to be. If he wants to be the greatest husband in the world, or if he chooses to say, I don't want to be a good husband, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be himself. That would not be his father at all.
Yeah, it was funny because like when we get flowers, I make sure my boy sees me give it to his mom. Mm-hmm. And I do love that he gets to see that. And it's like, all right, I want you to see that this is how I treat a woman, this is how I treat your mother. When he sees me open the door for her. It's like, it's some of those things where I'm just like, and he sees her do stuff for me too, which is always like a beautiful thing. And I'm really, really appreciative of that. Hold on, I gotta find this shit. But anyway, but it was fun on a podcast and interesting. Look, They sent the outline. They had it in notes.
Yeah. We actually got to step our game up.
Yeah, I was like, oh, y'all got a whole thing. They had a producer there.
Yeah.
Somebody did. I was in class. I told Mike this. I was actually in class. And one of the speakers in my class was like, yo, tell Mike I can help y'all. And I was just like, how does this man know Mike?
Yeah.
But it was your homeboy, I guess, who was one of our guest speakers, which I thought was like super dope.
Yeah. Well, we need to reach out. How you say he gonna help us? He gives some city money.
I don't know. I wish. We probably gotta help niggas. But
all right, I hit him up.
Here we go.
It ain't about you, dude.
This Kenyon Martin talking about.
Sit your ass in and watch your fucking son play, dog. Cheer him on. Okay, you don't agree with the call? Okay, you can voice it to a certain degree. Shut the fuck up and watch your son play, dog.
Talk.
Oh no, I can't agree with that. I do that now.
Like, my son in the NBA.
Come on, Ralph.
Your son in the NBA, Nick.
No matter.
My son in the NBA.
It's your son.
I played in the NBA. I think I'm well knowledgeable of this fucking game.
But it's your son.
I sit in that motherfucker and don't say nothing to them people, dog, because it ain't about me. It's about him.
It don't matter.
You embarrassing him, dog. It ain't about you.
Is they picking
Sit the fuck. No, it ain't about. Who gives a fuck?
I'm just talking to the refs like
who gives a fuck? It ain't about you, dog. It's about your son.
If that wasn't Ja Morant dad, he wouldn't have been kicked out.
Okay, but therefore you are Ja Morant's daddy. So you held to a different standard. So carry yourself as such.
No, it wasn't. So who you agree with here?
Kenyon Martin.
Yeah, same.
But I can understand what Nick is trying to get at. But I stand with Kenyon. And the reason why, because I've said this plenty of times on this pod, Ja Morant thinks he's a star. I mean, Tee Morant thinks he's a star. And yo, if your son decides he wants to retire tomorrow, you're not sitting courtside ever again in your life. Like, you need to really think about that. And one time when I was younger, my cousin invited me to her son's basketball thing. And I'm like getting frustrated. And then she said, why didn't you say nothing? Because, the ref blowing call. And my cousin might be like 10 at this time. Yeah. And I was like, this ain't about me. I'm chilling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, that ain't my kid, one. Also, I'm not playing. And then two, I don't want to embarrass you, our family, and your son on the court. And, but yeah. So, bro, act like you've been somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, look, the calls are part of it, man. Like my son, he plays flag football now. And it's like, I see him doing stuff when he's out there, and I be want to say something. I be like, I ain't the coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally just over here on the side as a dad. So it's like, I'm like, I want to tell him, like, hey, keep moving, right? Come back to the quarterback. And it's like, all right, nope, I don't say any of that. Yeah. I sit there, and it's just like, because they're at work. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They are at work. So it's like, I'm not going to bother people at work when I'm just here, politicking with my son or, parlaying. It's like, nah, Tee Morant definitely needs to shut up on the sideline. And Kenyon Martin, surprisingly, is all over it. He's all over it. And Nick Young is like, yo, like, what are you going to say? Right? Yeah. Like, you're not going to help, right? Like, if you start getting on my nerves and you're a parent and your kid is out here on the floor, I'm about to foul their little ass out.
Yeah, that part. And like, I get what Nick was trying to. You got to have two people against it, going back and forth on it. But like Kenyon, now, what I didn't like from Kenyon Martin is, I got to sit. Look, I play in the NBA and I got a kid in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's a little dunking on.
He shined a little bit.
Yeah. But look, he does. And his kid is good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think it's crazy that in our lifetime we've seen him and his son play basketball, which is dope.
I mean, we've seen LeBron. We've seen Bronny.
Yeah, which is dope too. But I think it's dope. Like,
I was actually a little bit of a shot at Bronny, my boy.
But I think it's crazy. Like, now we starting to see stuff. Right? We're starting to see, like, dang, I remember when your dad was a hothead in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Now I see that, you're there, and he ain't like, look, Carlos Boozer's sons is coming. They on their way up. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, they look good too.
Yeah. Like, so we starting to see this rotation of kids. Like, damn, we really got to see that. But
which goes to my bad. Which goes to the NBA is way more nepotism than what y'all pretend that it's not.
Yeah.
Like, y'all be sitting here like, oh man, these guys are good and they couldn't make it. Bruh, it is because if I formerly played in the league, I know all the coaches, I know all the scouts, I know all the front office people. I know what school to send my son to, so he is seen.
Bro.
I know what coaches to get for my son, so those coaches go back and talk to the scout.
How healthy he needs to be.
I know how it's like yes, it is 100% about nepotism. I don't know why we sitting here and making it a big deal. Segueing into our next part, that LeBron got Bronny into the league. And here's the thing, Bronny's actually playing pretty decent in the G League.
He hit a step back in the regular league on somebody at the 3-point line. I said, ooh, he yanked that thing back and then put a man. I rocks with Bronny.
Yes,
like I do. I like Bronny more than I like his dad for sure.
The thing is, people hate his dad, so it's like, well, this is another place to take a shot at LeBron.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown. Bronny. And Jaylen Brown, I stand with LeBron dubbing your ass right there.
Exactly. Man, when I tell you my homegirls group chat, they were just going on about this because I was like, look, I said, y'all got to stop being fans, man. I was like, y'all know goodness well that if anybody said something about one of your children,
oh my God,
publicly,
women be ready to shoot
y'all would not be dapping them up in public. Like, I'm like, be for real. And they were just like, well, I mean, he was saying something. I say, no. I said, let's be honest. Jaylen Brown was glazing up that beauty he had next to him. Mm-hmm. And even she had enough good sense to know courtside that everything is hot mic and to say, no. He can play.
Remember, he had two shorties beside him.
Yeah, he had Angel Reese and I can't pronounce those.
Yeah,
young
sorry, we
name.
can't pronounce your name. Too confusing. But that's what goofballs do when there's new pussy around them.
Ooh.
They start acting different.
They do.
And some of y'all need to get punched in the mouth when you acting different, acting funny in front of women.
Here's the thing, though. I applaud LeBron for not punching him in the mouth.
Yeah.
But I'm not dapping you up. Fuck you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if this was 10 years ago, Jaylen Brown, you might not be in the league, but too much longer. Are you tired of mediocre haircuts and lackluster service? Look no further. Get ready to redefine your grooming game with the ultimate experience at NoGrease Barbershop, conveniently located at Northlake Mall and Charlotte Premium Outlets. It's not just about a haircut, it's about the experience. NoGrease Premium in Northlake sets a new standard for luxury with a full-service bar selection. Elevate your grooming experience even further with their signature drinks served during your service or while you wait. Whether you're looking for a classic fade, a timeless gentleman cut, or a bold modern style, NoGrease Premium in Northlake got you covered with their design and color specialists. Let's not forget about the importance of routine self-care for men. Their partnership with Alpha Male Nail Care, exclusively at NoGrease Premium, offers manicures and pedicures as a part of your routine grooming. Visit NoGrease Barbershop at Charlotte Premium Outlets or Northlake Mall today, and make sure you tell them that the Black Dads Club sent you. No, last week, 2 episodes ago, I tried to find it. Boy, when I tell you I couldn't find that video clip, like how to line the audio up, I said, yo, I'm about to scrap this whole pod. But I mean, had to dig in. And that was probably our third most listened to pod.
Word?
Yeah, number 1 is the Keke Palmer one.
Yeah, I saw that.
We kick her back in?
We did not kick Kiki's back in.
Yeah, we did.
We just held it. We gave her all her credit.
Shout out to Kiki. I like you.
We gave her all her credit. Shout out to Kiki for the interview with Usher, man. That's trending right now where she had the emotional intelligence the way he didn't want to answer a question. She just said, the girl is smooth, man. And when I say girl, I'm from the South. I'm not calling her a girl.
And we've been knowing her since she was a child.
Yeah, like the woman's smooth, man. She's really, really smooth.
She's one of those people who's been a star for so long that she just knows how to be professional.
Yes.
LeBron is like that.
Yep.
He's been a professional so long, which is why Jaylen Brown don't get punched in the mouth.
Exactly. And that's why I'm not mad that he did not dap him up. And y'all are stupid to think that somebody, look, let me tell you something. You say something about my kid publicly, I'm not dapping you up.
There's a photographer who says something about my kid. Every time I see him, he looks shook.
Bruh, I'm not dapping you up. I actually have a real life example as well.
Me too.
Was going one of the neighbors was complaining about my son running at night, right? And it was like, the apartment complex. And I was just like, man, look, I said, I'm not about to be a prisoner of my own complex. I never knew who it was. Mm-hmm. And I'm mature enough now to not knock on doors anymore. So
thank you for changing my co-host.
Yeah, I'm mature enough. So anyway, but I was coming home and it was me and my son, and guess who was out? My goofball ass neighbor. And then, so he sees me and he freezes, and then he looks at me, goofy ass Euro-American, male. Mm-hmm. And then he gives me this super big smile. And he's like, how's your day? And I looked at him like I wanted to punch him in the face. And I stared him down. And while I was walking upstairs, I still looked at him. And then I walked upstairs. I ain't saying nothing else. Here's the thing. It wasn't that I was trying to intimidate him, but I wanted to say something, and I was just like processing. What can you say that's not going to freak him out?
Bro, absolutely.
And I didn't say anything because I couldn't process anything.
One of the photographers who I always say, like, he said something crazy online one day and was like, he was doing the whole, like, he was doing the gang. He literally said gang. It's like a 35-year-old man. Yeah. He was like, I know where your mom stay, where your kids stay. He did that. Yeah. And I called him. If you ever got a problem with me and you call me, I will dub you 2 times. Like, I'm not answering your call, right? Because I feel like, but I will call you if it's something serious, clearly, right? So I called him and I said, I circled his message. I said, this ain't it. So when I see you, we got to address that. And by the time we got the phone, it was addressed. Yeah. Things was removed off the internet. But I've seen him at least like 3 or 4 times since then. And he looked shook. Cause I'm like, you don't talk about somebody's kid. I realize, I guess you was the first person out of your family to have a child. But my sister was. And when she had a kid, I think that's when I realized, like, people don't play about their kids. Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, I don't understand why everybody's looking at the whole Jaylen Brown situation being like, LeBron is wrong here. Like, are y'all insane?
Yeah. And speaking of NBA All-Star Weekend, burn that shit to the ground.
It is terrible.
This weekend was bad.
It was almost like they were trying to be bad.
Chris Paul cheating was hilarious.
That was terrible.
Should he been disqualified?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Not only should he be disqualified, he should not be allowed to play next year. Bro, you at least take an attempt at the basket. This is the thing.
Yeah.
All-Star Weekend is for the fans, not for the players.
Facts.
It's for the fans, right? And I think the NBA might, at the beginning of next season, when y'all have y'all intros and y'all welcome backs and orientations, y'all might want to reiterate that. Yeah. Because even KD's comment, I agree with him. Shit was trash. You should, if this is the way it's going to be, yeah, y'all can get rid of that. We will not miss it.
Nah.
Yeah, we would not miss it at all. But I think KD's missing a point. Like, bro, the reason y'all making all this money is because of the fans.
Yeah, well, all right, let's go through this. Chris Paul cheating was bad. I thought it was smart. But bruh, at least attempt, like, raise the ball up enough.
Yeah, just throw the ball up. Just throw it at the rim.
Then you don't get disqualified. But you, not even you getting disqualified. You bitching about you getting disqualified. You wanting to talk to rule books people. And then the dude got to be rude to the female reporter who walked up on him, the little blonde chick girl. When she walked up and she was like, yo, he stiff-armed me. He said, get away from here. We over here talking, which is cool. But
Chris Paul is showing you why he does not have an NBA championship.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's showing you why he punched people in the nuts. But Chris Paul, we love you. And if you ever want to bring us onto your network, because I think you're going to get one.
He has a network?
I think, he doing a lot of stuff. He helping. I don't kick Chris Paul back in too much because he is a reason why we got more HBCU representation in the NBA. So shout out to him. And he's from North Carolina. So we got to give him that.
Yeah.
But that was real Chris Paulish.
Very Chris Paulish.
The dunk contest. Three of y'all didn't make dunks. The 2 dudes did not make not one dunk. 2 dudes did not.
I did not watch it. I only watched.
You didn't watch it? Oh my god!
The dunk contest, bro. No, I wasn't wasting my time on all. When they told me that they were running games to 40 points, I was tuned out
for the whole weekend.
Yeah, I was tuned out.
So it's 4 people. 2 dudes did not make not one dunk. At all. Castle finally he made 1 dunk during the first round. Like, he just went and threw it in because he had missed the dunk. He only had like 3 seconds left. Yeah. Cool. Then he does the dunk. People are giving his behind the back. He took it behind his back and dunked it.
Yeah.
Cool, I guess. The reason why I'm saying cool, I guess, is because I did that dunk so many times on NBA Live as a kid that I'm like, all right, I've seen this before. But it was, I think we were just like, all right, Matt McClung has gotten 4 50s already. Like, cool. Like, finally somebody else.
Matt McClung, when he won that, and Cooper DeJean getting the pick 6, man, when I tell you the 4chan side of Twitter was like, we can play sports if we want to. Like,
the fact that, here's my problem with Matt McClung. He has 3 straight dunk contests. Wins, right?
Yeah.
And has only played 5 NBA games.
Got to work on his dribbling and his...
He's not good enough.
Yeah.
But he's good enough to win dunk contests.
Well, why don't we do this? Either scrap the dunk contest altogether or bring in the best dunkers in the world.
Well, see...
even if they don't play in the NBA. Just make it a real dunk contest.
This is what I like. This is what I want them to start doing. Start doing dunk contests during halftime shows where you do that, right? The NBA need to say, all right, whatever the televised game is, we need to bring the YouTube dunkers in. And let them do it during halftime shows. Now, to fix the All-Star games, I think the only reason why they won't do it is because we got so much history. Like, it used to be a rite of passage, right? Mike did it. Vince did it. Dominique did it.
But man, I think
after
Vince Carter and after LeBron said he wasn't going to do it, I think that was the end of it. I think when LeBron said he wasn't going to do it, that was the end.
Well, nah, because, I mean, the Zach LaVine run was amazing.
Well, it was Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, but I mean, it didn't elevate them to superstar status like the way it did back in the day with Jordan. Like they were showing an old video of it was I think it was the '88 dunk contest, and it was Clyde Drexler, Dominique Wilkins, and Michael Jordan, right? And it's like, yo, like that was part of Jordan's lore, right? Yeah, is beating Dominique, like that was part of the lore. So it doesn't do that anymore. Scrap it. Yeah. Here's the thing. I wrote down 4 things that I think they could do for All-Star Weekend. Okay. All right. First thing, fire Adam Silver. I don't think he has watched prior to becoming commissioner of the NBA. I don't think that guy has ever watched a basketball game a day in his life. All right. So that's the first thing. All right.
Yo.
Second thing is I don't want to say that the players are too rich because they're unionized and they have collective bargaining, and that's the whole point of unions and collective bargaining.
And LeBron don't make enough.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Expand the league by 4 teams and expand the roster from 12 to 14. That's going to add a 30% head count. So that's going to reduce average salaries. And I know the players aren't going to like this, but I'm going to tell you, it's going to do 2 things. It's going to do 2 things that people are going to hate, but you secretly love it. It's going to create the worst teams in the league, which everybody loves the worst team in the league, especially gamblers, because they're sure bets.
Okay.
So it brings back the worst teams in the league, right? And then when a good player end up on a good team, it's like a farm system for really good teams.
Okay.
So expand it by 4 teams and expand the head count from 12 to 14. Just get the best G League guys, put them on the end of the bench. It's going to get them more money, but also it's going to reduce that max money salary that you paying to players that makes fans hate players.
Okay.
Now, this is where you put the 4 teams at. Seattle, London, Paris, Madrid.
No,
this is why you do it. Because you already got all the European players anyway.
No.
So you just make it to where it's like, yo, like teams when they go play, they got a European leg now.
No.
Yes. Expand it 14.
No.
Put the teams.
Totally you can throw that shit in the trash.
Nope. And let's see here. That's the second thing. Okay. Third thing, reduce the shot clock. I think part of the problem is the dribbling.
24 ain't that long.
It ain't that long. Reduce it to 20. These are the best athletes in the world. That way nobody can walk up the fucking court anymore with the basketball. You got to get into your sets. You got to pass the ball. ISO ball is done.
Okay.
20 seconds might be aggressive, but I like it.
It might be.
And last thing, All-Star game, just make it America versus the world. Hockey actually proved to you that it's actually a good show.
Well, they could do that because they have so many teams in different countries. All right, here's the thing. I was thinking about that today. I was like, do we need to go to America versus the world? The only reason why I don't like that, because if we start doing that, then we're going to start, somebody's not going to be an all-star, and we're going to force them, we're going to start pulling people that's, all right, this person's from the Congo, so let's make sure they're an all-star because we need to fill out the world roster. And I think that's.
I think we have enough though now.
What if we don't? What if next year? What if the talent just becomes so American, or it's not? It's not enough world players. We can start pulling them games. We'll start pulling players, making people.
Then just make the starters the world. Then I don't think we ever going to have less than 5 great European players,
because
or world players anymore.
Even them yesterday.
Yeah,
they put Karl Anthony Towns. That boy is from New Jersey. They put him on the world, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Just because he's Dominican and black?
Well, what are we doing? He's Dominican. It goes with the world team.
He's from New Jersey.
That's the games. Where his people's from?
See, that's the games we playing already, because they know it gotta be.
Yeah, where his people's from?
Like, they doing that. I looked at it. Let me tell you something. I watched that game. That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
That to 40 was dumb. I had zero interest in watching.
Why am I watching? They said. I don't know if this is true or not. This show is not facts, it's all opinions. They said on the Rising Stars, one of the people don't even play on the NBA team. He's not on a team.
Is he in the G League?
I don't know.
But I get making G League players. Look, here's the thing. If you want to do a game to 40, give me the G League All-Stars versus the WNBA All-Stars.
Nobody's watching that. Only Mike want to see that so he can see men beat up on women.
No, because they might not. They might not.
Mike, you have already said it's no way in the world a women's team can beat a guy's team. So you don't believe
at the very beginning of the pod, you said I'm wrong all the time.
You do be wrong.
You said I'm wrong.
I know when you be lying. And so here's what I would like to see. If you're going to do that, starters, all-stars are the starters. If you want to do this tournament BS, what they should have did was instead of the rising stars, give me the next 15 guys in the voting thing and let them play against those guys. I would love to see.
Gavin just had a hell of an idea.
Like,
you need to clip that.
Well,
you need to
that's
clip
what they should have
that.
did.
The next 15 guys that didn't make the All-Star game,
because
bring them in there to play the All-Star.
Because we would have had Trey. We would have got LaMelo. We would have got like
Melo not being an All-Star. I can't believe it took us 3 weeks to get here. My bad, Charlotte. That is a travesty.
Well, who was he gonna go in over?
He should have went over anybody.
No.
LaMelo should look. Fans might not, which is crazy that the fans didn't vote LaMelo in. Like, dude, as a coach's pick, look, I know he plays dickhead basketball. I get it.
Do.
I get it. But it's like, yo, you can't say that his game is tailor made for the All-Star game.
But you didn't win 11 games.
But I mean, that ain't on him. Like, the team can't stay healthy.
They should be better than 11 games.
Fire their training staff. Like, I hate making people losing job, but we're in this era in America right now.
You're trying to lower LeBron's salary. But look, no, I would have loved to see Trey, even though he eventually got in over injuries.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to see him, Melo. You start saying like, all right, now y'all play.
Next 15 up would be
that, but
because I think they win. I think the next 15 up will probably win the All-Star game every fucking year.
Absolutely. The Rising Stars lose by 2 points.
Yeah.
The next 15 up is
next
going
15 is gonna be pissed.
So y'all do that. Now, here's what I don't like. LeBron, I don't like you sitting out. I don't like you sitting out, especially the day of. And for the team picture, bro, just go put your jersey on.
They showed what the Zhao Ming didn't have his jersey on. Like, if you heard
this, LeBron, go put your jersey on, bro.
Yeah.
Go sit on the side, say, hey, I wasn't cleared to play, whatever.
You know LeBron is at the end of the day too cool for school.
I think LeBron is thumbing his nose up at the NBA. LeBron has an interesting way of beefing with people. We saw the way he beefed with Drake. I'm seeing the way he beefing with Jaylen Brown, which I'm with. And I'm kind of with the Drake shit. If my wife is beefing with you, then all right, bro, it's up in the house.
Yeah, I mean, I got to go home with my wife. Yeah. Sorry.
and the way you and academics acting, I don't want to be associated with that. But now I think he thumbing up his nose. I think he thumbed up his nose like, all right, I think we getting to this point now. LeBron sees the end of his career, and me and your brother was having this conversation last night. LeBron don't got enough money for a team, but he deserves a team. And
I don't know if he'd be a good owner though, because I mean, some of these teams he's put together, like he'd be the Florida Marlins of basketball. And if nobody knows what I mean by that is, Florida Marlins have like 2 World Series, bro. Yeah, and then they like the worst team in the league for the next 6 years. Yeah. And like that's kind of what I see LeBron doing.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the NBA is not prepared. The NBA wasn't prepared when Mike left.
Yeah.
They definitely was prepared when Kobe left because you had LeBron right there. But they're not prepared for LeBron to leave because when LeBron leaves, I think KD is going to play 3 more years, but I think Steph going to leave the next year.
Yeah, I think once LeBron retires, a lot of these guys are going to retire. I mean, because you're seeing your peer and they're on yachts and your ass up at 5 o'clock in the morning going
trying
to the
guard
gym.
LaMelo.
Yeah,
in an All-Star game.
Yeah. When you see your peers out there on yachts and in Spain and Italy, like, yeah, you like, man, the hell with this.
Yeah, but LeBron don't have enough money, and I think that's coming out, and it's kind of like LeBron wants
not when the Suns being sold for $4 billion. Didn't they go for $4 billion?
They went for $4 billion.
That is insane.
And look, the next team is coming up in Vegas.
They could give Seattle.
They're gonna give it to Seattle and Vegas, and then we're gonna have to reshift the conference. But if we do that, LeBron is not getting. He ain't got enough money.
They can give it to him for $2.5 billion.
Nah, we're gonna just have to get like Jeff Bezos to put some money in. I think would that be a conflict of interest since they got like a.
There's no more conflict of interest in our country right now. You can do what you want to do.
You're right.
You can literally do what you want to do.
Look, have Jeff Bezos front LeBron the money.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you got to figure that out.
LeBron as an owner would make entertaining NBA because here's the thing, like let's be clear. You either love people or hate them, right? Mm-hmm. If you're indifferent, you don't care, right? So like most people either love or hate LeBron. Like there's no about LeBron. You have an opinion.
Yeah, it is true. And then I think it's one of them things where Michael Jordan did so bad and him losing his team after the conspiracy. That's one of the conspiracy theories, I believe. Him losing his team to gambling.
I don't think he lost his team to gambling.
Man, when these TikTokers, that's one thing about TikTok.
I love the TikTok deep dive.
Oh man,
those are awesome.
They are amazing because they have you thinking like, yo, was I even born here? Like, they have me thinking some shit. I like that. But yeah, I think that's how you make it better. That's my suggestion. The 15. I am so cool on. Damn, I don't want us to get rid of the dunk contest, but we got to. Like, it's trash.
Dunk contest is gone, man. It's over. I don't like it. No one watches it. Please do not bring back this 40-point BS ever again. Please fire Adam Silver and John Lynch.
And also
49ers reference right there for whoever don't know.
And if y'all don't know, Draymond Green, you won't be working on this program next year.
And you know what? Will Draymond Green end up on a big network? Like, because it seems like a lot of networks are moving towards more edgy. The whole Joe Rogan thing. I think the Joe Rogan effect is a real effect. Yeah. Because like Shaq, going too far on air. Draymond, is this where our television is going? I'm not mad at it if it is, but it's like I hate the playing edgy. Like, let's either do it or don't.
Yeah, well, I think Draymond, first of all, I agree with what he's saying. And I agree with Chuck. So Draymond said, yo, y'all ratings are down. Everything is down. So y'all just pulling tricks out to see what's going to stick. Cool. That is true. I agree with Chuck. Your generation did this. So we played hard. Chuck said it. We played hard. Y'all came in and y'all started doing like one-on-one basketball tips and tricks and all this other stuff. And now it's become a joke. Or
it has become a joke. Like,
it has become a joke. Or if y'all gonna do this, like, neither one of us could afford to go to the NBA All-Star game when it came to Charlotte.
No, y'all gonna have to make this thing pop way harder than it's popping. For All-Star.
Yo, give it to the city. The city, yo, get them affordable tickets, yo. Like, you have to buy a ticket, you have to have this state.
10,000 people in the city.
In the city, yeah. We need
in the state. Could come to the game at regular NBA prices.
Yeah, because and then they'll be happy to be there. But if I'm paying $1,700 to get a 3-day pass for a nosebleed, and I'm watching somebody take the ball behind their back after he didn't miss 3 straight dunks, and that getting a 50 at the dunk contest, I'm not seeing it.
But the players got to want to be there. I don't like. It doesn't really look like the players want to be there.
They probably don't. But they got they gonna have to.
Did what's the guy name? What's the guy used to play for Indy, plays for Philly now? What is his name? They got the stripper pregnant. Paul George. Did Paul George really go to Mexico on All-Star break?
Well, I think he injured.
Injured?
Yeah, I think he's injured, but I think he did because they was kicking his back in too.
You can't do that. Like, the optics, this is y'all league, man. And y'all have to treat it like it's y'all league. And you got to appreciate the fans. Like, I'm sorry. Like, yes, it is work. It's work.
It is work. It is your job.
It's your job, bro.
Speaking of strippers, people pregnant.
And a nigga acting like it's his job.
Hold on. Because you know what? I love saying stuff and then y'all fight me on it. Sometimes Mike always says, actually Ez always says this, that Gavin is always right 2 times. Like, a dead clock is always wrong twice. He loves saying that about me. And I don't like that because when I'm right, I'm right. And y'all got to understand when I'm right, I'm absolutely right. Where is my clip at? I should have had this lined up, but don't y'all worry. I'm going to find it.
Who is it of? Is it about our boy?
Yeah, it's about who next up. Damn, where did I put this clip at? Is it this? Hold on. All right, I ain't going to find it just in time. I made a clip about Anthony Edwards, and I said that he's too black. He's too hood to be the face of the
baby
league.
mamas.
Yeah. And so I say that because I have watched Anthony Edwards just drive his stock in the ground. And so Anthony Edwards found a way. I can't find it. But anyway, Anthony Edwards recently got Lil Baby's first baby mom pregnant. And he told her, basically, he thumbed his nose up, said, I don't want to be in the child's life. Yo, I'm not going to be there. I don't care what you do, but I ain't going to be there. So whatever. And that sent a certain sector of our community in an uproar.
But I mean, didn't he just do this last year with the whole, remember everybody was saying, send the video?
Yeah. He just did this.
And wasn't that also somebody's baby mama? No, that wasn't somebody's baby mama. But he does have a kid with somebody else's baby mama, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he has 2 baby moms.
Yeah, like, I mean, for one, bruh, if you don't want kids, just get a reversible vasectomy. At your level, just get a reversible. Get a vasectomy.
I hate that. Yo, get a vasectomy and get a reverse because he got the money to do the reversal. Y'all, ladies, stop going around telling men to do that.
Yeah, but I'm saying for Anthony Edwards, though.
He got it.
Yeah, especially when you keep asking for, women to take abortion pills. Like, at some point, you got to be a little bit more accountable for your own actions.
For your nut.
Yeah, like, bro, pull out. Just try.
He ain't trying.
he isn't trying. And it's like, so here's the thing. I don't feel bad for him being a lick. I'm also not going to do the whole, I think it was Flip on Joe Budden's podcast. He's young and immature. No, I told you, I do not infantilize adults. There's nothing Anthony Edwards could do in this world that he would not be looked at as a man. Absolutely. So I'm not going to look at him and just be like Anthony Edwards don't know what he's doing. He absolutely knows what he's doing. That's why he's asking for abortions as soon as he found out that the young ladies are pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, I got Flip. If you don't know, Queen's Flip on Joe Budden, they were having a conversation. The conversation, as it always does in these situations, fell on male to male explain why do women keep having a kid and won't sympathy when this happens. Because what happened was Shorty, a little baby, first baby mom, and I guess now at the end was future baby mom, she went on Twitter because everybody was
current baby mom.
Yeah.
She had the baby.
She did?
Yeah, the little girl's here.
Oh, I thought this story just broke.
Yeah, it just broke because she posted pictures of the daughter.
Interesting. So she was mad because everybody was going in on her like, yo, why did you go have this kid when he told you this? And so she was saying, hey, it's up, women have to do this. He made this baby, whatever, right? Cool, bet. Yeah. And so, Melissa Ford was having this and Flip was telling her like, yo, he 23. This is what 23-year-olds do, which is not
the case.
Well, Flip has a mentality of him and Ish like the 10% to represent the 90s.
Yeah.
And but Flip has hey, I grew up in the 90s. I was outside during the 90s, and this is how the streets did it. And he thinks that's how the rest of the world operates.
The streets are a very, very small percentage of the black community.
And of the world.
Yeah, of the world.
Outside of that.
Yeah, that's not how folks move. And, and here's the thing. He's old enough to know better. Flip's old enough. He's old enough to know better. And Anthony Edwards also is old enough to know better. So if Anthony Edwards wants to continually be a lick, because that's what you are right now.
Yeah,
you are a lick. You're gonna keep paying for it. Like, cool. Did she target you? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But bruh, what did you think she was going to do when she was 37 and pregnant?
Yeah,
bro, ain't no 37-year-old getting an abortion. Fellas, any fella listening right now, there's no woman in her late 30s that's getting an abortion, bro.
From a dude in the 1%.
Yeah. Maybe for any dude.
Well, that part, but shit.
But a dude is in a 0.5%, like, it's not happening.
Bro, you about to sign, your next contract gonna be 400 M's.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I can't wait. As soon as I hear the ink drop.
You a lick.
I'm going straight to the app and for increase.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you are a lick. So if you want to stop being a lick, man, I mean, you have to have better behaviors and you got to make better decisions.
Absolutely. What you got planned this weekend?
I can't really call it, man. We're supposed to be getting snow around here, supposedly.
Yeah, the daycare. As soon as I go to the daycare, right?
Yeah.
Oh, just make sure you pay attention to the weather. Not just for tomorrow, but Thursday as well.
It doesn't feel like it's going to snow outside, but evidently it's supposed to snow like the next 2 days. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store with the rest of these morons.
Go ahead and get them $8 eggs.
I mean, I buy the eggs regardless. I've introduced my son to omelets as soon as the price of eggs goes up. Saying, guess what he be asking for on Saturday morning? Like, hey, can I get them eggs?
You better take him on a cruise.
Oh.
I took Hayden to Waffle House, man. 2 All-Stars. Of course, my son now, my 3-year-old, eats eggs.
Yeah.
So they gave us 2 extra eggs. Karina got Texas melt plate, and Hayden got a hash brown bowl. Man, that thing was $40-something at Waffle House.
Good Lord, at Waffle House?
At Waffle House.
That's insane.
It had to be like 47.
Inflation is through the roof. I really would like if prices would just stabilize or even come down, perhaps.
Nah, they're gonna stabilize.
Yeah, they're gonna stabilize. Nothing ever comes down.
Oh no, eggs are forever.
Yeah,
$6 at Aldi's.
You're paying $6 to $8 for eggs.
I went to
now.
Aldi's and it was $6.
Yeah, so the chicken wings. I don't know why chicken wing prices. I mean, I know why they go up because we all love chicken wings. Yeah. But I hate when the chicken wing prices go up and then you look over there in chicken thighs and they be like the same price. You be like, y'all mother.
Yeah, you got to, bro.
Y'all mother.
I don't know what I'm planning this weekend. My girl out of town. My girl actually. Everybody pray for my lady. She getting on the plane tomorrow. And yo, the way they acting with these planes, it ain't got nothing to do with DEI. Let me put it like that. But anyway, she's doing that, and as soon as she come back in town, it was so funny. She was like, "Yeah, do you want to keep the baby for me?" Like, cause he's going with her out of town. Yeah. When she comes back in town, she's going straight out. And she was like, "Don't you want to keep him in the morning?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna send his ass to daycare. We paid for it. He gonna sit his little hot ass in there for 3 hours until you get there and pick his ass up." But you know how that go. But yeah, man. This weekend we be working. Check us out. Make sure you send us to somebody. Shout out to everybody that is listening, giving us suggestions. I had a guy who came in and he looked at our footage and he was like, "Yo, y'all mics should be positioned for symmetry." And I was like, okay. And then you know what he said to me? He said, "Last time I was in here, you told me that I should work on one thing every episode." And he said, "That's your thing for the next episode."
I like it. So this is why we like this?
Yeah, that's why our mics is pointing out, but whatever.
Hey, that's what's up there.
Yeah,
hey, man, I love advice, man. Like, you were never going to get me to be like, "I know what I'm doing."
Nah. Tell me. And then I'm going to ask you how much you're going to charge me.
Let me know. I ain't asking what you're charging.
Oh,
but I'll give you credit.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to holler at y'all next time.
Holler at your boy.